like y'all understand that financially mature people, like, they don't wear their money, they don't draw their money, like, they don't carry all their money around in their pockets to spend it up. Like, y'all understand that, right? Just that basic concept. Like, people who have matured financially. Because unless you on these apps, like creating a brand for yourself, like if you a rap artist, or, you know, your brand entitles you to, like, you know, floss and, you know, the chains and the cars and shit go along with how you got your money, or how you get your money, or how you get your shows and shit. Like, at some point you got to grow up financially, because otherwise you just doing that shit, just copying somebody who actually doing it for a purpose. Y'all keeping up with that so far? Like, financially mature people, they don't drive all their money. Meaning, like, all their money ain't in a car. Like, financially mature people, they don't wear all their money. Like, all their money ain't the clothes they got on. Like, it's people that for a living, it goes along with their brand and they fucking job, their career field, to, you know, market and brand themselves on these apps. But then it's a lot of y'all that y'all mimic what they doing, but you're not branding anything. You're just spending up your money. And at some point in your life, you got to become financially mature in order to fucking, like, live past survival. Like, you know, when we first start out, like, you know, you're surviving. Like I explained to y'all on the video about 7 streams of income. Like, it's 2 main types of income. There's active income and then there's passive income. Y'all know I explained active income is money earned in which you have to trade your time for the fucking money. So you actually have to go spend your time doing something. Like, if you're a hairdresser, bitch, you got to stand behind that chair for a certain amount of time doing whatever to earn that money. If you a barber, you got to stand there and cut heads in order to earn that money. If you wash cars, you got to stand out there and wash the cars in order to earn that money. You standing there, that is your time, and you're trading that for money. That is active income, meaning you have to go be active in order to get the income. And see, then there's passive income. This is when you get into being financially mature. People who have an understanding of money, and that you don't just stack it and put it in a shoebox and save it for nothing. You save to invest, and you want the money to make money for you, where it's not having to be active income, meaning you want it to be passive income. That way that shit is coming in, it's passing right on through into your bank account without you doing anything. So, for example, if you wrote a book, like how I wrote a book, and y'all just go on Amazon and order the book, and Amazon print it up, ship it out, and when they get the money, you know, from the sale, they cut me my portion, and I don't do anything. I don't go on there. I don't have to help them print them up. That is an example of passive income. You can sell shit. Like, this is one of the 7 streams of income. Profit income. You can buy something wholesale and sell it retail. But you got to be careful with that, because, of course, if you have to actually spend your time, or a vast majority of your time, making the sale, you right back the way you started, with just active income. Just, you know, when y'all go to y'all day job, and you just sit there, and you know, you got to sit there for a certain amount of hours in order to make a certain amount of pay, and there's a cap on how much you can make. Y'all understand where I'm going? So financially mature people, like, they mind is on passive income. Here's where a lot of y'all go wrong, and why y'all can't even care about what the fuck I'm explaining about passive and active income, and 7 streams of income, and, you know, royalty income, and capital gains. And y'all can't even get your mind on that. That shit don't even mean nothing to you, because a lot of y'all don't know how to be mature and be grown about your money. And what I mean by that is, I ain't telling you how to spend it, or, you know, what to do with it. But a lot of y'all, you can't even keep your mouth closed about your money to people around you that are leeches. A lot of y'all, you can't refrain from telling people that you saving up a certain amount, or that you have a certain amount saved, or that you about to get a big check, or that you about to make a large play. A lot of y'all, you don't necessarily say it with your words. You say it because you wear all your money on you. A lot of y'all, it's time you get money, like a lot of y'all getting this scam money, it's on you. We can see it. You don't know what to do with the money but to buy things. So, of course, all that do is attract people that look for people like that, that don't got no real understanding of economics and financial maturity. So they're going to come around and leech off you and use you and beg you for some of your money. It's your money no matter how you got it. Y'all know I came from the fucking hood. And I know that this country is a business. And the way it was built on crime and taking and stealing and robbing and unethical shit. So I don't knock nobody for how they getting it. What I will do is tell your ass about yourself if you look like you just bullshitting with the paper that's hard to come by from the beginning. So I'm saying that to tell y'all this. A lot of y'all need to learn how to be mature And keep some shit to yourself when it comes to y'all finances. Like, some of y'all need to understand, you don't have to tell a bitch what you saving. You don't have to tell a bitch what you making. You don't have to tell a bitch what you plan on charging. You don't have to tell a bitch how many sales you made. You don't have to tell a bitch what your money goal is. That can be your business. That comes along with being financially mature. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? That comes along with being an adult. The same way you pay your motherfucking bills, and most of the people y'all sit around and tell y'all business to don't help y'all pay bills. How about you just treat your money and your business and the information about your bank account and how much you got and how much you made within the demographic or within the people that actually help you pay bills and cover your overhead. A lot of y'all, if you only talked finances or if you only talked money with the motherfuckers that paid your bills and helped you take care of your kids, you'll be only talking to your motherfucking self. Now, isn't that a concept? That would limit a lot of the shit that people know about y'all business. Some of y'all, you're broke. You just got to tell somebody. But if you put that fucking energy into actually moving your feet and going to create another stream of income for yourself, or a grind, or a hustle, or a scam, or a scheme, or something, because the closed mouth don't get fed, a bitch ain't gonna hand you shit. Life is not fair, and if you black, you damn sure come out with the short end of the stick off top. So sitting around telling the bitch about your problems do not get them solved. Do y'all hear me? A lot of y'all be so religious, you take the shit too literal. Y'all forget the parts of the Bible that talk about faith without work is dead. Like, bitch, you got to go move your feet and do some shit. Y'all just want to sit around and pray. Y'all think manifest mean literally just sitting there thinking about the shit. No, bitch, if you don't get up and go do something, all that shit you talking about, all that praying and begging and looking around and wondering and dreaming and hoping ain't gonna do shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck else to tell y'all. Like, a lot of y'all, you know, you was raised to be optimistic. You know, you read your Bible and your little, you know, your books and shit. You know, you wake up in the morning and you read your little parables and your Bible verses and shit, and it makes you feel good. But if you don't go do anything, nothing's gonna happen. Like, y'all know, I told y'all a long fucking time ago, you can say what you want. You can believe whatever you want. That's why I don't get on here and try to sway people to follow me based on fucking religion. I won't do it. Know why? Because it really don't matter who you pray to, what you pray about. Bitch, if you don't get out here and move your feet and make something happen for yourself, you will be poor all your life. You will be broke all your life. You will be little girl and little boy all your fucking life. People are born broke, and a lot of them go their whole life and they die in the same state they came in as fucker. They parents ain't have nothing. They don't self-seek no type of extra knowledge past what they mammy had. So guess what? They grow up and do the same shit they mammy did or the same shit they daddy did. And when they die, they end up having the same shit they had. A social security check. And everybody on social security know they don't give your ass much nowadays not to live. To survive, yeah. To just barely get by. This is why the fuck so many people miserable. And a lot of y'all, you can't level up because you tell too many people your business. They help you spend the money before you even get it. Your mindset poor and broke. You don't got a lot of discipline. So then you go tell your business to a whole bunch of other poor-minded, undisciplined, financially ass people. And what you think gonna come from that? Nothing. Not a fuck thing. Not a fucking thing but a spent up check. Kayla, what you say? As a young 21-year-old, I appreciate your advice. I love learning from. Listen, let me tell you something. If you 21, if you get this shit down pat that I be talking about in my videos, girl, you'll be a motherfucking beast. I'm telling you. I promise you. If you clicked on my videos and the things I be saying click for you, that means someone in your upbringing didn't give you this, which is fine because maybe they didn't know it. But these videos should spark you to start self-seeking knowledge. And if you get that shit young, anybody under the age of 25, if this shit click for you and you start moving different, like thinking with the idea of not getting up every day and just going to a job and only having active income. Let me create some passive income for myself where I'm earning money off of shit without having to spend my time, where I understand the importance of investing. Like, a lot of y'all don't know that. A lot of y'all can't save. A lot of y'all that save don't understand that the money just sitting is doing nothing for you. You are just going to spend it in the end. If you can get this shit at under the age of 25, ooh, you'll be a fucking beast at this shit. If you get the concept and understand it, if you graduate high school and you go to college, and you go to college for something that requires you to go for a long amount of years, and you don't have some sort of scholarship or go into some sort of organization or something like the military where that shit can be paid for, and you get yourself in debt, all the years you went to school, and then you finally land that job you want, making the money you want. You got all the money you making that you did all that schooling for. It's going back to the fucking financial aid to pay for the, like, ass backwards. If you understand how that stuff is backwards and you start out young, creating incomes for yourself, multiple incomes, doing it different, breaking generational curses from our parents and your grandparents, you will be one hell of a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all. Pretty, what you say? I'm only 18. I be listening to you so hard. You give me more advice than my mother. Listen, I'm this is the reason why I be doing what I be doing. Because a lot of people, and I fucks with y'all that's admitting like the shit be helping y'all. There's a lot of people like 3 times my age that will come out and say, love, you know, I'm damn near 70 something. I'm damn near 65, or, you know, whatever, saying like this shit ain't even clicked for me all my life. But it comes from us just mimicking what the fuck our parents did, and they mimicking what their parents did, and they mimicking what their parents did. We just passing down, but the shit we passing down is cursed. It come all the way back from when we were slaves, down to the fucking food we eat. It's people right around me, they make so many jokes about how I don't eat this and how I don't eat that. And I don't talk about my diet trying to be better than nobody. I understand where the fuck our diet came from. Do y'all understand a lot of shit that we eat off of the pig and off of the cow and certain shit like hog mugs? No, we was given that shit as slaves. After the slave owners take what they want, the good parts, the parts that got the best meat and all of that shit, and then we had to make meals based on whatever was left the fuck over after they got their food. So the stuff that y'all think y'all love so well, this my grandma hog mugs recipe, my great grandma chitlins recipe, bitch, you need to figure out what the fuck that food is actually doing for you. Like, I see a lot of y'all got, you know, you go into business, and I hate it, but you know, it is what it is. But I call it, like, anybody know, they talk to me about eating like at restaurants or eating off of food trucks and shit. It's a lot of people sell food in my city. I call them brown plate makers, bitch, because everything on their plate be brown. It don't got no nutritional value. All the vegetables be cooked down. You know, once you cook some shit down to where it ain't got no crunch to it, I'm speaking on vegetables and shit, carrots, broccoli, you know, celery and shit like that. You've cooked the actual shit out of it that is actually nurturing to the body. So when you look at some of these soul food plates and shit, you got cornbread, macaroni and cheese, you got the collard greens cooked all the way the fuck down to slop. You got fucking pork chops and fucking hog maws and shit. None of the shit on the plate is bringing you no real nutritional value. But everybody feeding it to their kids, everybody sitting around eating it. Bitch, this is what we was fucking given as slaves. This is why we eating this shit. You got to challenge your mindset. All them canned goods and shit. We're eating that because when they set the system up to be able to feed us, to spoon feed us, food stamps and shit to help the low income households, and they create shit like canned goods and shit that can sit on shelves for 3 or 4 months at a time based on like trying to feed the population, because, you know, poor people, a lot of times they lay around and fuck and multiply. That's why you see a bunch of kids in a low income household, when really the solution is to stop fucking and change the cycle. But we don't do that because we be so broke mentally, and like I say, it go back to generational curses. But canned goods, think about it. How come any food that you grow fresh, it can't last like that? Green beans in a can, bitch, you can put that shit in the cabinet and open it 3 months later and it still be some good. But how come an actual fresh green bean can't last that long? Because it don't got no fucking preservatives in it. That shit is not good for you. There's some sort of chemicals in the shit to make it last. But when I talk like this, a bitch, oh, she's tripping. She tripping. I just challenge my people to think different. Y'all look at me, y'all see me, I'm young, I'm pretty, I model, you know, y'all see me rapping, y'all see, you know, the pictures on Instagram, I look like one of them, you know, bodied up Instagram models. Bitch, I get deep. Like, I know a lot. I come from the same places y'all come from, but my mindset is just so different. Like, it's so different. Like, don't get it twisted. I ain't saying this to like brag or boast, but at first glance at my page, it will look like, oh, she one of them hoes on IG that be getting naked for clout. But bitch, behind this pretty face, these titties, this motherfucking body, this ass, this wop, bitch, it's a long hallway full of knowledge. Do y'all hear me? Like, I came on here just to tell some of y'all, you got to mature up financially at some point. You got to. Some of y'all just got to stop mimicking what y'all see. This is the reason why we cursed generation after generation. And y'all doing it in y'all everyday lives. Y'all will watch people like me or these famous rappers or people on TV, and you will mimic what they do, but what they do builds their brand. It's bringing them revenue. A rapper going and buying a chain, it does something for his brand, and it helps with lyrics he may put in his rap songs and shit like that. But for the average everyday person that, bro, you got kids to take care of, you got bills, you got a mama that she ain't got shit, a grandma, she ain't really got shit, you ain't got nothing right now that you actually own. When I say got shit, I mean assets and multiple streams of income, that if you died right now after the funeral, your name gonna ring on and not on no motherfucking t-shirt. I done told my kids and my family, don't put me on no motherfucking shirt. The shit that I want to leave y'all, I want you to like push my legacy on by taking the way that I think and applying that shit and make sure my great grandkids get this game. Don't put me on no motherfucking shirt. I don't want to be on no chain. Don't be going around talking about no motherfucking RIP. Go around and be like, listen, baby girl, grandbaby, whoever, your great grandma preached this. Change your eating habits. Bitch, look at multiple streams of income. Let's create some generational wealth. Like, y'all, I don't be on that shit that a motherfucker be on. Like, y'all got to really think about what the fuck y'all watch, and then y'all turn around and duplicate that shit. And I try to tell y'all about conditioning. Like, what you see every day, who you talk to every day. This is why I put the shit in my book. A lot of y'all got my book and you just read the shit. It is a workbook. When you get to the part where it say clean out your motherfucking phones and your social media devices and shit, clean that shit out, bitch. Look in your phone. Anybody you be talking to all the time that ain't giving you game like I be giving you game, or telling you about stuff like what I be telling y'all, like multiple streams of income, managing your emotions, economically wising yourself up, self-help, self-educating yourself, understanding that you have to compartmentalize different situations in your life so you don't carry over what's happening at home to work. You don't bring home from work the problems into your household where it messes with you and your kids. Understand that relationships is about understanding. It's not about right or wrong. Stop picking fights with your lover or your nigga or your bitch based on stuff that you ain't gonna leave over. If a bitch ain't around you talking like this, what you got them around for? What you got them around for? What they in your phone for? What y'all be talking about? And some of y'all, like I said, if you 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 and under, if you grasp this concept early on, y'all will be raw as fuck by the time y'all 30, 35. Like, your mindset will be so bossed up. Like a lot of y'all, I was just telling somebody on a one-on-one, a lot of us don't have financial maturity and we don't understand confidentiality. Meaning, like I was saying earlier, you don't know how to keep your business amongst the people that actually handle business. So what I mean by that is, like I was saying earlier, if some of y'all just put this one rule in y'all life, I'm only going to talk about my business with those that actually help me handle business. So if you don't help me pay my rent, lights, mortgage, water, phone bill, raise my kids, buy their clothes and shit like that, I am not going to disclose any of my personal business with you. My emotional business, my relationship business, my financial business. If a lot of y'all just apply that one rule to y'all life, a lot of y'all will stop telling so much of y'all business. A lot of the people y'all interact with, you won't even be friends with them no more. You won't even be compatible with them no more. Because a lot of people around y'all just to be a listening ear so they can go be a running mouth. They ain't got nothing to give you, nothing to put in. Y'all bring people to the table to sit with y'all, and all they came for was to eat. They ain't gonna help y'all prepare shit. Y'all ever heard the story of Chicken Little? When she was baking the bread, everybody sitting around got reasons, legitimate reasons why they can't help bake this motherfucking bread. When the bread got done, bitch, everybody want to eat. A lot of y'all, your whole family unit set up like that. And because y'all can't keep y'all business to y'allself and just go work on y'all, you tell everybody. Then you got them family members that come around and guilt trip you into giving them some of your money when you barely even got any money yourself. Next thing you know, you trying to take care of people when you can't even afford to take care of yourself. Then you become weary, weak, and tired mentally and emotionally. Some of y'all right now, you beat the fuck down emotionally. You look good, but mentally and emotionally, you ain't whole. You ain't got your shit together. You ain't right, but you right. So I got to help my auntie with this. And child, I got to help my sister with this. And child, but if you actually took the time and fixed you and leveled up, you can help them in ways that you wouldn't even understand how much more it's important. Rather than sitting around and buying a bitch shit now, some of y'all, you just get you a good life insurance policy and pay that bitch. When you out this motherfucker, your kids will be left with more than what you even had up here to give them. Some of y'all don't like to admit, I don't know enough to be the only source of knowledge for my children, of information for my children. Y'all don't want to admit that. Y'all sit around here, some of y'all barely made it out of high school. barely made it through your little courses in college, and you want your kids to solely just listen to you, but you don't know a fuck thing. And it's okay to admit that. Like, I had a conversation with my kids the other day. Anybody that been following me, they know I got 3 daughters. So me and my daughter's in the car talking, my daughter in the back seat. She's like, Mommy, I want to be a lawyer. So I explained to them, listen, amongst us, like, it's a lot of data I got. But one of y'all need to go into banking, and one of y'all need to go into real estate. I don't give a fuck which one of y'all go into what. And yes, I say it just like I'm talking to y'all. I don't give a fuck which one of y'all go into which one. But our family unit, the amount of information we have within this circle of us being a family, we don't got that extra extensive income on how shit is working behind the banking system inside the bank. So I need one of y'all to aim to start off as a bank teller, end up going into, investments, or being in one of the little offices in the bank, like understanding how mortgages are written. I told him I would like one of y'all to end up going into, or pushing to go into the department in the bank where you actually can approve mortgages and shit like that. It will be a great asset of great value to our family as a whole, to the Dorsey name, to have a motherfucker that work at a bank in our family that approve and disapprove home loans and shit, to give us that information that we don't get. Mama don't know that. I ain't been back up in the back of a bank. So I tell my kids this, and I don't expect them to just jump on board and understand right now, but I let them know there is shit I don't know. It's not all about just do what I tell you to do. It ain't all about what I say, because I don't know everything. And if y'all can go get information on stuff I don't know, because see, a lot of y'all, your kids only know what you know. You only allow them to know what you know. What I know, that information belongs to all of us. I tell my daughters. So I need y'all to go find out shit I don't know and bring it back to me so we can be solid. 4 corners. Emotional understanding. Economics and understanding of finances. Understanding of loyalty and having one another's back. Like, you got to make this shit come. It's chess, not checkers, bitch. I can't get y'all all 4. You have to wait for the second book for that. Now, Royal, I don't know why your screen keep freezing. IG playing with us today. Miss Bloomingdale's, what you say, underwrite exactly. Go find out some shit that mama don't know. A lot of y'all want y'all kids to believe y'all know everything. And here's the thing. Like, a lot of the people on here that said they was like 21, 22, 24. When they hit about 25, they realize y'all ain't know much of nothing. Nothing that got to do with nothing real. I tell my daughter, I got a daughter, I explain to her, listen, when you going through our school, she, my oldest, I explain to her, when you going through our school, half the shit they telling you, you're not going to actually use it in life. You need to understand that the stuff I be telling you is just as valuable as the shit they teaching you at school. Like, I graduated mega summa cum laude, top of my class in high school, in a hard-ass program at St. Petersburg High School. Half that the shit I was in the classrooms learning and writing papers on, that shit ain't helped me none with bill paying, managing my emotions, maintaining relationships, not going out here and just allowing myself to just be used up and getting depressed and wanting to commit suicide. All the real shit I needed, I had to go learn that shit myself. Business and how to start a business and where to go down at the city to understand how to, get a building and keeping your overhead low until you get enough income flowing in to be able to understanding not to go get these buildings that's rented and fix them up trying to impress other niggas, because we got this crabs in a bucket mentality to where you dumping all your profits into a building you don't own, but actually staying down till you come up. Pick a building, dress that bitch up just enough to be able to make some money, and when you really start bringing the money in, aim to purchase a building, because that is all this. I didn't get that shit from high school, bitch. I didn't get that shit from middle school. I didn't get none of that shit from elementary school. How to manage my emotions, how not to sit around and watch a nigga's actions and make them a reflection of myself. I ain't learned that shit in school. High school ain't teach me how to fucking not lose my motherfucking mind when bills get on you, when you ain't got the money for this and you gotta pay it, or your kids need to eat and you don't got it, and people around you eating and you can't understand why so many wealthy white people from generational wealth and black people start not lose your fucking mind and go out here and just be mad. School ain't teach a bitch none of that. So if y'all ain't teaching y'all kids that, all right, unless you go into college, into physical ed and into being a dietitian and shit like that, bitch don't teach you about how this food system and shit set up, how canned goods and shit will fuck you up, how going through the fucking McDonald's drive-thru and Burger King drive-thru every other day will fuck you up. I'm just letting it sink in. Like, y'all better talk to y'all kids, man. Some of y'all need to talk to y'all motherfucking self to get y'all mind right, because that is the problem. It starts with you. A lot of y'all is head of household, and if you be real with yourself, I don't know much about none of the important stuff. Like, I had to tell myself that is what changed my mindset. That, bitch, you think you all that. You think you know everything, but when it comes to real shit, you don't really know. So I had to go seek knowledge on that shit, because my mama didn't know. My daddy didn't know. My grandma didn't know. My grandfather didn't know. My aunties don't know. My uncles don't know. Bitch, everybody in the same boat, and everybody's trying to pretend like they somehow better than another or living better than another. When truth be told, bitch, if you ain't focusing on the shit I be talking about on my videos, you ain't no better than the next motherfucker sitting around. Some of y'all wear y'all money on y'all. Some of y'all drive y'all money because you spend it all in cars and transportation and shit that does not appreciate with value. It is not an asset. It actually depreciates. A lot of y'all take y'all money and you just let it sit. And sitting money does nothing. You have to invest. A lot of y'all don't understand unity. You don't understand having one another's back. You don't understand that there is value in having a nigga around you that is in a different type of lifestyle than you, because it can help you transition. A lot of y'all in the streets, you only hang around niggas that know more, that don't know no more than you. So you a drug dealer, he a drug dealer, she a drug dealer, he a scammer, and that's all y'all around. Nobody can actually legitimize anybody. He can't but help you do more criminal shit. You can't but help him. And I understand from way back when we were slaves, at this point in the way shit is set up, we need crime. I understand that. And I can do a whole live on how the fuck we need crime, especially our people, especially this country, especially the economy. But what you also need is some motherfuckers on your team that understand the other side of the law, so that you can legitimize at some point. Because one thing you got to understand about crime, whether you scamming, selling ass, selling dope, or whatever, it is going to end one of two ways if you don't get the fuck out. And I don't think I actually have to even say it on this live. I think I've said enough for one day. We all need 3: life skills, personal experience, street smarts, and book smarts. I could dig that. I hope this live helps somebody. A lot of y'all younger people that's on here, like when I say younger people, I mean like 19, 20, 21. If you really like study and really take in the stuff that I'm saying, you will be way raw than I am. You'll be way raw than your mama. Way raw than any of these bitches you see online trying to front or make y'all feel like they got more going on. If you really like, you never gonna remember everything I be saying on the live, but if you take certain shit and just for yourself go research and look up and look into it, like you will see that everything that I be saying is like needed, like wholeheartedly needed, like bad, like needed yesterday, like last week, like 400 years ago when we was fucked up, needed. Y'all hear me? Some of y'all got to grow up financially. Some of y'all got to grow up, period. Some of y'all need to grow up emotionally, mentally. Just grow up. And the first thing where to start, I feel like if you want to grow up or be better, is to admit what the fuck you don't know or admit what you're not good at. Because there's too many of us acting like we have it all figured out. This is why it's hard for me to, and I can like share this with y'all, it's hard for me to make real friends with people. Because at some point in a conversation with every fucking body around me, they end up lying about what they have going on or what they know. And for me, I done already confronted myself on what I don't know. So I can tell when another motherfucker don't know no more than what I used to know back when I didn't know a fuck thing. From grown men to young men, from grown ladies to young ladies to bitches working on jobs. Because I think a lot of y'all feel like foreign cars and nice outfits and big booties and designer makes people successful or makes them know something, and it doesn't. A bitch can hand you 100,000 right now. You still only got the same amount of knowledge up here that you had before they handed you the money. You don't automatically get smarter just because you're making more money. This is why you see a lot of women, for example, that work good jobs. Like I know some doctors, female doctors, head nurses, pharmacists and shit like that, they make good money. Beautiful women, but fucked up mentally and emotionally. Don't know how to control their emotions. A man can use them up just like he can use a project bitch up. Like, it's the same. So I know, because I'm woke, that bitch, you don't know no more than Keisha in the projects. Just because you work at the pharmacy making X amount of hour and drive that Benz, and Keisha in the hood and got 5 kids and on welfare and don't got no car and have to take the bus, you don't know no more than her, because you can't manage your emotions no different. You stupid for a nigga and for circumstances and situations just like she is. You seeking acceptance through what you got, so your mindset is no different. A lot of y'all get fooled by that shit. Same with a lot of these dudes. A lot of y'all feel like because the nigga in the streets and he got nice clothes and a foreign car, he dressed in designer and talk a certain way, got his jewels on and shit, that make y'all think he knows something. That don't make a bitch know something. You can dress up stupid. You ever seen a bitch dress up a baby doll? Bitch, I can dress a baby doll up real nice, but guess what? That bitch is still a baby doll. Still can't walk on his own. Still can't talk on his own. Still can't think for himself. Still is not going to evolve into anything different. Y'all don't understand that. So a lot of y'all niggas go around and that is how you fool females. That is how a lot of y'all females get fooled, because it looks good. But when you sit down with the nigga, he don't know nothing about nothing, because if he did, a lot of you niggas wouldn't spend your time around other niggas that did what you doing right now all their life. I see so many young niggas. Y'all big homie is another nigga that sell dope like you do. Explain this to me. Because I'm sorry, when I was in the streets, I was always looking for somebody that made it out so they can explain to me, how the fuck do I get out? How do I stop going back to these phones or going back to this particular product and trying to sell it because I know the money come fast? Like, a lot of y'all, like, it makes no sense what y'all, yeah, this my big homie. I'm saying, I get advice from your big homie do the same thing you do, and he been doing it all his life. So this nigga 40, he doing the same thing you doing at 25. Explain that. If I go any lower, bitch, my neck gonna pop. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't. A lot of y'all hoes, y'all do mimic everything your mama do. Your mama couldn't keep a man. All she know how to do is tell y'all what to do as kids. And then she try to tell men what to do. And then that's why the fuck she can't keep one. And then you grow up and get a man and you do the same thing your mama do. And then you go to her for advice on men and how should I handle this with my nigga. But you never see you. This is you now. This is your mama. We wasn't there. You know better than anybody how she couldn't keep a nigga. But you're going to go to her for how to keep a nigga advice. I don't get it. Do a way to make it make sense. Because it don't make sense. It does not. The lady on the one-on-one I just did, she asked me at the end, she was like, well, love, how do I get from around, like, people that just, like, they don't even care about, like, she did her one-on-one on wanting to know more about multiple streams of income and how can she start a second stream of income past her day job or whatever. And she wanted to know, like, how can she get around people that got, like, you know, the same kind of mindset like me, or is trying to do, you know, what she's doing. A lot of y'all, in order for it to be room for the new, it has to be out with the old. Some of y'all, it's people that ain't finna hang around y'all, ain't finna be around y'all, and I'm one of those people based on the people you got around. This is why, like, people invite me places all the time. Based on the people they be around, I can't fuck with them. I can't go sit up and allow somebody to take up space in my vicinity, in my, like, around my aura, like, in my brain on some broke shit. Because I used to be broke and I don't want to relapse. Like, some of y'all don't understand. You got to clean up the people that you around right now in order to make room for the new. You got to change the way you think and your old habits. And of course, y'all know in order to break a habit, you got to stop doing that shit for at least 90 days. But if you apply yourself onto something new, I'll give y'all an example and I'm going to get off of here. Let's say you fat and you want to get skinny. You bad body and you want to fix your shit. And you don't want to go under the knife and have no surgery, or you don't got no money to have none. Start with your diet and exercise, right? When you start eating healthy, you will find yourself on aisles in the grocery store that you usually didn't stop on. You will find yourself at certain food marts that you didn't shop at. You will find yourself in certain health food stores seeking knowledge on how to eat and be healthier. in those stores and on those aisles, you will then meet people that's on those aisles for the same reason. When you go to the gym, you will meet other fat people or overweight people that want to get fit like you, and you can find yourself a workout buddy. It won't be the same old lazy person from the projects or in your household that never was motivated to get up with you and go change the way y'all been operating. When you change the people, places, and things that you are around, it will allow you to be introduced to new things. But some of y'all, you won't leave your block to know nothing more than what's going on the block. You won't get from around them lazy fat bitches in order for you to stop being a lazy fat bitch. Some of y'all, you so out of control emotional, and you ask other out of control emotional people who life ain't nothing but an emotional roller coaster, and they base everything on how they feel. You won't get the fuck from around them and around somebody who don't be crying and bitching and whining and talk about negative shit all the time long enough for you to even think different, for the light bulb to even go off. I'm just letting it sink in. If you don't got my book, man, go on Amazon, type in Pay Attention by Love Dorsey. It is a workbook. It's not a book you read. When you get the book, get you a highlighter, a pen, highlight, write down motherfuckers' names that remind you of the shit that I'm saying in the book. If it's some shit in the book that you be doing, circle that shit and write, I be doing that bullshit. I got a whole chapter on mind games. Some of y'all right now, part of the reason why you can't do any of the stuff I be talking about, or you can't even go seek the knowledge for yourself, because you in a relationship or got motherfuckers around you playing mind games on you, telling you one thing but they actions show different, acting one way but telling you something else. A lot of y'all doing that to y'all fucking kids. Get the book, man, and work it. And if you don't want to buy the book, just go seek knowledge for yourself on economics, on emotional management and mental health. Seek knowledge on understanding generational wealth and the value in life insurance policies and passive incomes that you have coming in that can still come in after you die, after you ain't here no more. A lot of y'all think life insurance is the ball out at the funeral. Y'all take all this money, y'all spend it on, I told my kids, put me in a motherfucking box or whatever the fuck y'all want to do. Take that money and ball out for generations ahead. I need my great-grandkids to touch some money that came from some shit I did or said. I need my great-great-grandkids to touch some money or a business or a property or a piece of land or a motherfucking tree that had to do with Love Dorsey. Do y'all hear me? I could give a fuck about a t-shirt or a bitch at a funeral with my flesh laying up here, but my spirit is gone. I can give a fuck about that. I don't want to be rolled around in no horse and carriage around the city. You ain't got to get me no casket with all this fancy shit. Bitch, you don't even got to go buy no flowers. Pick some motherfuckers. Bitch, say a prayer for your motherfucking self, because when I'm gone and take the fuck off. That is what I tell my children. You hear me? I'm finna go, y'all. I got shit to do. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I don't know if IG gonna let me save the video. Sometimes I end it and it let me save it. Sometimes I don't, but we on IG now, bitch. So if somebody on Facebook looking for me, tell a bitch to tell a bitch, the girl is on IG now. Or you can find the girl on Snapchat. Or bitch, you can follow me on Twitter.